Hello guys, we are podcasting and now you are with me, Danny. I'm a fourth year student at the Faculty of Rural Arts English and Communication major at Ubon Ratchathani University
And my name is Radit, a student at the English Literature of Erlangga University.
Today this podcast video is come from the collaboration between Alanga University and Ubon Ratchathani University. So it's such a good time for both of us to be the host for this podcast video. And Reddy, could you please show us the topic for our podcast today?
So our topic for today is how challenging is it to be a college student in COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, so that's very interesting, and I hope that our audiences will grab something useful and beneficial, from our content today. And also, as I just mentioned earlier, that we have the participant from Indonesia and also from Thailand, to join us to discuss about this topic as well. So let's meet them. Hi guys, how are you? Hi.
Hello, I'm fine.
Hi, I'm fine.
Yes, okay. It's great to have all of you here to discuss for the topic for today. So first of all, let's then introduce yourself first. Let's start from Sania. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Sania, a second-year student majoring in English language and literature at Erlangga University.
Hi, I'm Sang Ayu Made Chandra Galung, a second-year student majoring in English language and literature at Erlangga University.
Hi, I'm Bira, a fourth-year student from English and Communication at Unair University.
Hi, I'm Kim, a third-year student in English and Communication at Unair University.
We really appreciate that all of you here come to our podcast and discuss about the topic for today. So now I think this is the time to discuss about the topic that how challenging it is to be a college student in COVID-19 pandemic. So let's start from the first question. I would like to ask Sania, how did you feel about studying on the online platform during the pandemic?
Well, at first, I felt uncomfortable about studying using online platforms such as the Zoom application, Google Meet, and some application like that, because I was not familiar with using those applications, and then about the internet connection on the online platform, sometimes it was unstable or lost. But now I'm enjoying studying on an online platform because now I'm used to it and already know what to do if there is a problem on using the online platform for study.
So thank you for your opinion. So at first, you felt uncomfortable about studying online platform because you're not familiar with it, and then about the internet connection, and sometimes it was going unstable or lost. But however, you managed to getting used to it, and you know what to do if there is a problem. So that was a good opinion. So we move to the next question. Please tell me, which one is more effective between online learning and face-to-face learning, in your opinion?
Wow, that is an interesting question. Well, I think face-to-face learning is more effective for me because when I have some problems about the lesson or when I want to ask more about the detail of my assignments, I can ask the instructor directly in class without contacting and waiting for a response by email.
Yeah, so it seems like you're struggling with the online learning a lot, and kind of like face-to-face learning is kind of more effective than the online learning in terms that we can communicate directly to the professor, right? So okay, so now I think it's kind of like the two coin a coin with two sides. We can provide the advantages and also disadvantages. So now I think this brings me to the next question that I would like to ask. So could you please provide us, three advantages of online learning and also three advantages of on-site learning?
Alright, first, three advantage of online learning is, first, online learning is convenient. Perhaps some of us are burdened by a lengthy commute after a long day. The thought of traveling to yet another location before heading home is an impossibility. Now, with virtual learning, we have the option of taking classes in the privacy of our own home while wearing comfy slippers. And second, online learning is flexible. Not only do we save hours by not having to travel to a physical location to take a class, but with online courses, we have greater flexibility in choosing the best time to study. And then, online learning are more affordable. The major advantage of online classes center around the tremendous amount of savings for the learning institution, which no longer has to rely on reserving a physical location to teach course. And the next three advantage of on-site learning. First, establish a relationship between the teacher and the student. In a classroom, learners and teachers can spend more in-person time together. And second, we can avail different types of learning methods, including auditory, visual, and tactical. And last, promotes networking among the learners. A classroom is a place where peers can meet different people and make new friends and cultivate social skills.
So thank you for your opinion. And so, according to your opinion, is the three advantages of online learning are it's more convenient, and then it's more flexible and affordable. And then three advantages of on-site learning are: the first is it can establish relationship between the teacher and student, and then you can have avail different types of online learning method. And the last is you can meet new friends from another different country. So that's a good opinion. So we move to the next question about what did you do when you had a group work during the online learning?
Okay. Let's say that I have two choices because it depends on members in my group. Sometimes I make an appointment to meet them at a cafe, but sometimes I will meet them on online platform. If they live too far from me, I think I have both choices because both choices have both advantages and disadvantages. When I meet my friends at a cafe, I can talk to them and get their answer immediately. But sometimes before we start to work together, I have to wait for some of them to meet because some people in my group is not on time. And when we set the time to see, when I work with friends online, it's easy for everyone because we just open our devices and so we can meet on time. However, sometimes my friends and I have problems to connect the internet, so it makes us unable to hear each other clearly.
All right. So it seems like there are like the problems that occur from both on-site learning and also online learning. So I have the continuous question for you, Bia, to ask you about the next question. Is a particular problems that you see or face from the online learning? Could you please share some problems that you need to deal with on the online learning, please?
Yes. I often have a problem connecting with the internet while I'm studying online. The internet is too slow, so it makes me miss some parts of my lesson. When I realize about the problem, I will tell my friends about my problem before studying. And then I will ask her for the part that I missed, or I have to buy an extra package on the internet to invest from my learning. It makes me nervous when I cannot access the internet because some classes have to check class attendance, so it makes me miss being checked. But it's good to invest money for education. I decide to buy an internet package to use for online learning. So I don't have problems to connect the internet.
So thank you for your opinion. And as a matter of fact, like among the most significant issues in online learning is the lack of internet connection. So as a result, you may ensure that you have an adequate internet connection to support your learning. After the start of pandemic, the access of high-speed internet quickly became a basic necessity. So participating in business, healthcare, and education now often requires internet access. So for online learners, like anyone who support an online learner, it is frustrating to be digitally disconnected. So please, you may ensure that you have an internet connection. So we're going to move to the next question. So it's about the financial problem. As you know, like some of the problem from the student is managing the financial. I mean, the question is, can you save money while you study online?
Yes, because we don't need to spend money to buy a site like during on-site learning, right? We only need to spend money on Wi-Fi or other internet package, and we can save everything and record it on a laptop or phone.
All right, so it's kind of like about the system depends on the people that can afford the technology or devices that they need to use for the online learning, right? So it's kind of like, apart from the financial problem that we found out. So the next thing that I would love to know from Gam is that does online learning affect your mental or physical health? Because it's kind of really hard when we need to learn on the online platform during the COVID-19 pandemic, and sometimes it can affect you not just only the problem of a pharmacist or the internet connection, but also for the other problems such as kind of mental and also physical problems. So could you please talk about this, Cam?
Yeah, I see. For me, yes, it's that I have both mental health and physical health problems. When studying online during COVID-19, I have to sit in front of my screen all day, unable to go out of much. So for my physical health problems, I have eyesight problem and it sometimes give me a headache. And for my mental health problems, it gives me some state, depression, and anxiety because I cannot contact my friends and my instructors face to face for help about the lesson or fix some of my problem.
So thank you for your opinion. Like staring at the smartphone screen for extended period of time may strain on us, especially on our eyes. So if we keep doing this, our eyes health will suffer. So and then additionally, since we will not have time to relax, so we will think about stuff and it will complicate our future action. So take your time to have some relax. So and then we move to the next question. So have you got your habits from online learning, and could you give some example about it?
Yes, exactly. I got new habits. The first is about my sleeping time that had increased because online learning did not take as much time as offline learning. The second is procrastinating to do homework because the deadline is still long. So I do something else first, like read webtoon or watch a movie, then did my homework. And the third is eating snacks while studying. There is no one to see if I eat or drink, and even though there is a ban on snacking, no one will know if I eat because there is a feature to turn off the camera on the online meeting platform.
Wow, actually, I did that too. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the online learning kind of like affect most of us, to have the habit to, kind of like to be sometimes take our time to, spend time on the snacking. And then it's kind of like, because of the features that come from these online learning platforms such as like Google or Zoom applications that kind of like provide us opportunity, to spend our personal time more, even though it's the time for studying. But yes, it's the way that we did during the COVID-19 pandemic. So now, apart from this, I think I would love to ask about in the aspect of when we need to communicate with the instructor, kind of like when the communication between during the COVID-19 pandemic is kind of really hard because when we cannot simultaneously ask questions directly to our professors because we are not on the class, and it changed us to ask a question through the online platform. And then I would like to ask, are you that is it easy to contact an instructor when you have a problem about a lesson or assignment that you need to deal with?
In my opinion, some of them are difficult and some are quite easy and fast to respond. The lectures who are difficult to contact are one of the obstacles when online learning, because when we need their help on the same day, we have to wait a long time and sometimes they don't respond and it makes us confused to ask who.
Right, so it's kind of like difficult for you, right, to have to make the to communicate with us instructor or lecturer when you have a problem about a lesson or assignment that you need to deal with. So now I would like to ask another person, which is who is a beer. So beer, do you have this kind of problem or kind of how do you deal with that when you need to contact with the instructor or lecturer when you have a lesson problem with a lesson or assignment?
Well, I think it's not easy to contact some instructors because when I have a problem on my assignment, I cannot get a consultation from the instructor as fast as on-site learning. Due to this, each instructor has different lifestyles to let students contact them. So someone has only one way to contact, like email. It is too slow for me to wait for a reply. Moreover, some instructors are serious about time. If I greeting them out of official time, like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., I will be brave.
So yeah, uh, one of the problems in contacting our lecturers is they are sometimes slow respond because they have their own business, especially family business or family occasions which they cannot just be left alone. So therefore we must respect the reasons. And Sanya, does online learning affect your opinion, affect your motivation to study and engagement with the assignments, homework, or class tasks?
Yes, of course it does, but not too much, because I am the type of person who prefers to study individually in a quiet place, and online learning gives me that advantage. But it's just that sometimes I feel bored and sleepy to study because there is no real person next to me to talk or joke with.
Yes, I can understand the situation. Like continuously self-study make us feel lonely, although sometimes it can make us more focused. But still, in learning, it is good to have friends to share ideas with. And does anyone have another opinion? What about you, Gam?
Yes, it does for me. Online learning makes me dislike working in group projects because it is sometimes difficult for me to contact my group members that I don't know before, and sometimes I do not have friends to work with. So I have to contact the instructor many times, and the instructor just put my name in some group. Yeah, and I sometimes feel bad because I don't know if the people in that group want me or not. Yeah, and online learning also makes me lazy because I don't have to study face to face. So I sometimes fall asleep during my online class. Yeah, and I think it's so bad for me.
Thank you for our guests today to share your experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic that we need to, deal with the online learning. And we can say that it's really struggling for us, as students, college students, that we need to learn through the online platforms such as like Google Meeting or Zoom applications and some other online platform that we need to use. In that, it's kind of like a coin with two sides because it can provide us online learning can provide us some advantages that we can improve our life to be in a better way, and also it can really help us to protest against the COVID-19 and the coronavirus. And also there's some disadvantages such as as our guest just mentioned earlier, that's including kind of like the problem that we found such as like personal internet connection, and also some new habits that we gain from doing the online learning, and also another problems that we found from the online learning as well. So I think that's all we should learn how to develop ourselves to be along with the world that have changed every day. So it's really good to have the flexibility and also have the advanced ideas to prevent us against the COVID-19, and also have the new I think it's such a good opportunity for us, during the online learning, we can like learn the online skills, the new skills that we can develop into our skills, to be the better. So that's all I think for our discussion for the topic, how is this challenge to be a college student during the COVID-19 pandemic. So now, before we are going to end our podcast video for today, I think that Reddit has something to tell our audiences before we're going to end, right? So what is that?
So guys, I have something to tell you that being a college student is quite challenging, isn't it? So you may have to prepare for it and do your best, and then never give up. And thanks for listening our podcast. We hope that you will get something beneficial from our podcast, and see you in the next occasion.
Yes, see you in the next question.